Welcome to the Secret Yarnery Crochet Vlog, Episode 5. Today's just a quick update. It's the Friday that I was going to come back and tell you what happened yesterday when I met all those ladies. Insert picture here. Oh, it happened. I had the cutest stack. Well, I don't anymore. I had all my granny squares waiting for you. Now, oh my gosh. I have the biggest mess of granny squares to show you. Anyway, we're not starting with that. So ignore that mess. I'm good at that. So yesterday I met with the ladies. Insert picture here. It was great. So I was told that there was 8 ladies coming. Plus I invited 2 other ones that I had, one I've heard of and one I know. So I was expecting 10. And then I thought some might not show up. You know what I mean? Who's going to go out of their way? So I prepared 8 parcels of yarn to make granny squares. Insert another picture somewhere. So got all that done. Basically just got confused on colors, as you do when you live in this sort of yarn mecca. And anyway, got myself ready, got myself out there. But it's like this Baptist missionary great thing. It's like it has the most species of trees in all of Africa. I think they have over 1,000 different varieties of trees. So it's gorgeous. Like, it's gorgeous. It's like 200 acres or something like that. I shouldn't actually quote stuff like that. I don't know. It's massive. There's tons of trees. It's beautiful. It's in tea country. So it's up by the mountains. I mean, it's gorgeous. Like, it's gorgeous. So the plan was have the ladies meet me there, because I just drop the kids, spend the day at school, teach them, have lunch, chit-chat with other parents. Good day out. And some of my Crochet Guild of Kenya ladies came also, so that was so fun. Anyway, blah, not the point. A lot of ladies. So I wanted, oh no, that's all in the mix also, isn't it? I made a cute sample of a granny square. And I had them all on this nice stool. Oh, yay, it's stuck at the bottom of the stool. Lucky. So I made this sample of a granny square that I wanted them to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, or 4 rounds, leaving a longer tail than I did, but also how to weave it back in, like weaving your tail in each row so that your tails are firm and secure, and you know, if we sell something and gets in the wash a million times, not going to come apart. That's what I wanted. So I had 18 ladies, some of which didn't speak English, which was a real hoot, because my Swahili is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Very bad. I know what they're talking about, kind of. Like, I know if they're talking about me, and I know the topic of what they're talking about, that's about it. So, anyway, and I can do my counting and stuff like that. So I was like trying to do my Swahili, and they just thought it was hilarious. So we had a good laugh, and it was fun. It was quite fun. So I wanted them to make this. And this is just a little sample. Well, that's actually a good one. So this is one. I don't know if you can see. But there's some places in there with only 2 double crochets, like there. And obviously it's not square. So that's one. That was probably one of the worst ones that I accepted at the end. Some of them I just made that, you know, they just undid it and showed them how to do it again and again. On a good note, they have some amazing techniques. I don't even know how they do it. It doesn't work to make a square. But they join their yarn with like less than a centimeter of a tail. Like, zero wastage. Like, I'm like, wow, like really crazy. I'm sure it's great if you're making something in a spiral or something else, but I've never seen it in my life, and I had to undo it probably 20 times yesterday. Anyway, and then we had some of these. So let me explain. I brought all the yarn, obviously, as I said. I got all my colors sorted out. Don't think these were my colors, they're not. I also went through my yarn stash. No, not even my yarn stash. I went through my barrels of yarn balls, because, you know, obviously I live here, so I'll go and take color, and then I'll do something, and then I don't put it back. So I have three Rubbermaids storage totes, big ones, like the big ones, full of yarn balls that I've started for something, and then changed my color or didn't use it, didn't finish the ball. I have a ton of them. Or else I just didn't like the color. Or who knows. Anyway, I just didn't put them back. I can't sell them. I haven't had time to cake them up and put them in my cute little drawers. Plus I have so much of them. 3 Rubbermaids. Anyway, so I took all my scraps out there. Not all of them. I took a basket of scraps out there, those weird balls, and then I just gave everybody a ball, and they all kind of shared and to change colors every round. So I was, in my head, I thought we can just learn with these colors, like, you know, make sure it's right. I didn't realize I would have 62 weird colored granny squares at the end of the day, which I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Something, but they're all crazy colors. None of them are the same. None of them are the same color family, but some of them aren't bad. I don't know what to do. If you have ideas what to do with granny squares, please let me know. I mean, I know generally what to do with granny squares, but what to do with these granny squares? Weird colors, slightly different sizes. Join them all in white and try to tone it down. I mean, I don't even know. So anyway, I have 62 of these bad boys. It's half of them. And I had the ladies towards the end, once, you know, we got it going on, leaving a long tail so we can stitch them together. Because I thought, I just wanted them to teach them one way of doing it, and leaving a long tail in the corner, starting and ending in a corner, leaving a long tail. Technically, we could just sew them together, which is what I'd like to do something. I'm thinking maybe like those, like the pillows, but the ones on an angle, you know, where you fold it. It's hard to see. Well, I guess I could show you, kind of. But the ones where you fold it like that. So one side is like an X, and the other side is the square like that. Maybe like that out of a few of them. Don't know. They're random. So on a good note, they're coming back next. The ladies they all wanted to come back. Like, there's too many. Like, I have to be like, actually, I really just want to focus on like 6 ladies and have them working all the time, opposed to 18 ladies who I can only, you know, I could only use them for like a month or so, you know what I mean? So I got to tone it down. I don't know how I'm going to weed them out, but some of them might just not come back. They might take the yarn. I gave them all yarn to go home, obviously. The cute colors, I had to divide it up. I had everybody going home with 9 balls, like 3 for the final round. The final round being all the same for the squares of that person, and then inside alternating 3 colors. I had to divide that all up, and so everybody, like the people who finished first, some of them made like 6 squares, which is pretty good for how much time we had. So I gave them 6 balls, and then people who were slow and kind of finished later and only had like 2 squares, I gave them like 2 balls, or, you know, if they were in a position where they really needed to work and were really eager to do it, I gave them 6 balls, you know, so that they can get on their feet, you know how it is. So anyway, those are my granny squares. That's that one. They're pretty cool, actually. And my lady who was making Christmas balls made all of these. So she made 24 of these ones in the colors I gave her, Christmassy ones. So I gave her fun color ones, like the ones that match our pom-pom theme and all those cute colors, to make this week. And then she's like, oh, I'll take all your scraps. She wanted all those weird colored leftover yarn balls. Okay, fine by me, as long as, you know, they're balls. And then one of the teachers at the school, the principal, was like, oh, she'd like those for class, because they're like fidget toys, you know, they're fidgety and they don't make any sound. So I thought that was a good idea. One of my other Crochet Guild ladies and students, although she's good now, I barely teach her, thought they'd be really good for bowling. Like make bowling, like a little bowling kit. So recycle water bottles, like plastic water bottles, into the bowling pins, put cute little lids on them, you know, cutify the lids, and then, you know, like make a little game for kids. So that's these. Also have those. Itchy again. Then, at my kids' school yesterday, go into my daughter's classroom, check me, she's doing her homework, you know how that goes, and it's freezing cold outside, have a runny nose, no tissues. I'm like, what do you mean there's no tissues? No tissues in a classroom is like one of my pet peeves. It's like you've got 10 kids, it's a small class, but you still have 10 kids. What are they doing when they have a runny nose or boogers or, you know what I mean? That's gross. So, but I mean, I get it. Kids waste tissues, blah, blah, blah. So what I came up with, weird, right? So also their theme at school this year is, or this semester, or this term technically, is homes. So any kind of home, your home, orphanage home, camping home, nomads, like what is a home? Home for animals, home for humans, home for this culture, that culture, homes in general. Talking about it, it's woven through their whole curriculum. So I thought, let me make homes for like a little Kenyan style house, although it's not really, but with the raised roof I thought it kind of looks like it, for tissue paper. So it works like that. You just pull from the center as much tissue as you need to keep yourself tidy at school, and it's always inside, and cheap as chips. Refill it, kids waste it, it's 20 cents. So how you do it. Oh, I had a super fail attempt. Don't think this is my first try. My first try was like, what is that? I don't even know if I'm even going to undo it. It's such a hot mess. Anyway, 3 rounds of a perfect circle. Instead of doing a chain 12, I did a chain 14, just so that it had a, it goes up a little bit. Then 24 double crochets and an increase every other stitch and an increase every 3rd stitch for the final round. And then back post into that with a decrease every time you did an increase. A bit complicated, but if you crochet, you know what I'm talking about. And then 5 rounds double crochet, well 7 rounds altogether, row single crochet at the bottom. So you just pop in your average roll of tissue paper into there. And then if you get a brand that doesn't glue the toilet paper onto the tube, you just poke that down. I don't know if you can see from inside. Oh, mine's split already. Just fold it down in half. Of course, I pick one that's been difficult. There we go. Oh, nope, can't do it on camera. Need some muscles. There we go. And then you just pull out that center cardboard. Gosh. Of all the ones, don't even joke. There we go. Then you can just reach from the inside. It's kind of like, those Clorox wipes or whatever. They just come up from the center. And then you can just put it down on your counter. Voila. No more boogery fingers in school. So then I was like, oh, I can't just send one to my daughter's class. I have to send one to everyone else's class. So I've made 3. My oldest son, you know how it is, boys trying to be cool. And so I've made 3 so far. So they did not make it to school today, plus I wanted to show you. So I did that. And that's it for me. I was going to start with business, as I've told myself all day. I'm like, you have to start with business, and then what do? I don't. Okay, back to the beginning. We have a Facebook group. So I'll put the link in the description box below. But if you're on Facebook, it is the Secret Yarnery Crochet group. Join us, post your pictures, projects you've done, projects you want to do, totally want to see everything. I thought I had the settings where just anybody can join. And thank you to one of you lovely ladies who sent me a message being like, please let me into the group. I was like, what do you mean? Of course everybody can just join the group. No, you can't. I can't find a setting for just people to join. You have to be approved. But I set it up so that anybody can approve anybody else. So if you're part of the group and there's a member or people asking to join, just click yes. Fine by me. More the merrier. I don't know how to get rid of that setting altogether so people could just join. Anyway, join that. Totally great. Thank you for introducing yourself to the new people that have just found us or found me. It's pretty cool. Thank you very much. And that's it. I'm going to charge my battery again, so hopefully I can do a tutorial today before my kids get home. Oh, and side note, husband away on business for the day, like left early this morning, back late tonight. So sending my driver and my gardener guy, who's very good at all my shopping, to go into the pits of the, well, not even industrial area. It's kind of like a slum, but it's like an industrial slum. They make all sorts of metal stuff, steel stuff, wooden stuff. Like it's a manufacturing side of the road. Like it's like you can't drive a car. It's so busy, but it's like just jam-packed of like craftsmen making stuff, like wooden spoons by the thousand, frying pans by the thousand, wheelbarrows by the thousand. Like it's crazy down there, and it's the center of everything that is made locally by a person. So it's not factory stuff. It's like you got your 3-meter spot or your 1-meter place, and you're just hammering it out, and people are walking by. Everything's really cheap. So I'm sending him down there to get, well, I need paper bags, which is past that place, but on the way is this place where he's like, that's where they make these chapati stools, Mom. Like, I can go and look for some there. They'll be cheaper. I was like, yes. So he's going down to look for chapati stools and then getting me paper bags so I can stamp them super cute, because plastic bags are now illegal in Kenya, which is great, but not so cute for yarn. So we're going to cutify up these paper bags I'm getting from a factory. And also wooden spoons, side of the road. He's like, they make them there. I was busy sending him to my grocery store with the basement. He's like, no, you go to the, I don't want to call it a slum, because it's like a working place. It's busy. I don't know the real name for it. It's not a village. It's like busy. It's a metropolis. To get wooden spoons. So wooden spoons for cat toys. I'm going to drill a hole in the end and then cat toy. Thanks, AR. Probably going to be cheaper than doweling, and how cool is that? Side of the road. So getting those stools, spoons, paper bags, and then back in time to zoom, go pick the kids from school. Hopefully battery charge, do a couple tutorials. Do one tutorial. I'm hoping to start the hug shrug, so at least during the weekend I don't stay up at night thinking of crazy things to do, like cover toilet paper rolls into houses that goes with the school's theme. I mean, obviously insomnia, right? All right, and don't forget granny squares, what to do with not necessarily attractive ones. Dog beds? I mean, I don't even know. You let me know. What would you do with crazy non-matching granny squares? Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, as usual. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Stay hooked. Well, that figures. Didn't talk about my cardigan. No. I'm already holding a bunch of granny squares for my end picture, my beginning picture. Anyway, cardigan, super great, love it. Talk about it in another tutorial. Talk about it in another vlog, but there is a tutorial for it already. I'll put it in the link below. Love it, super comfy, super great, a little cloudy today, so brr, cozy. Stay hooked.